guys and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to rank romance tropes. I have seen other YouTubers do this, so I think I am going to do this myself as well. So now we are going to go to the Tier Maker website and we're gonna see. So here are the list of some of the tropes that they have. So we're gonna start with abduction to love. So I think this one might relate to Stockholm Syndrome a little bit. I'm not sure about this. Yeah, no. So I'm just gonna put this one immediately in D. Do not like this at all. But if you're familiar with a lot of Thai dramas, Thai lacons, you're gonna know that in a lot of Thai lacons, there will always be a moment when the male lead will forcibly take the female lead in a house somewhere in a deserted island or in a jungle, and I always find it weird. For some reason, these male leads always have a random house in the middle of the jungle, in the middle of an island, or in the middle of some huge lake. What for? So I find this trope really sketchy and really dubious. Age gap. Depends on the age gap. What are we talking about? How far? And is the age gap is so big to the point where they can actually have a whole separate person, a whole separate adult between them? Depends. Say, I actually have watched some dramas with age gap and I actually ended up liking them because the writers genuinely know how to write age gap dramas. For instance, like I've been watching a lot of Thai dramas lately, so ignore me. But there's this one Thai lacon that involves an older woman. I think she's like in her late 30s or something, where she fell in love with a 19-year-old boy. And I was like, it's the fact that he's 19 that bothers me a little bit. He's basically a toddler version of an adult. If the boy is like in his 20s, probably I wouldn't be that bothered. But the fact that he still have a teen in his age, like even though he's legally an adult, but it's still weird. So I'm gonna put this one in a B because I've seen this one done well, but it can be weird. Amnesia. I won't lie to you. This is my guilty pleasure trope. Some of my favorite Mills and Boon and Harley Quinn novellas actually involve amnesia. But yeah, amnesia is actually a good plot if it is done well. It creates this mystery, and also if it's in a thriller or in a murder mystery, you can put this idea of an unreliable narrator. Angst. Oh, angst is S. I love angst, by the way. I love stories with tears, angers, a lot of fighting, a lot of shouting. It's my guilty pleasure. It's my bread and butter. I absolutely loved it. Can't help myself. Arranged marriage. Because I've seen arranged marriage has been overdone in the local Malaysian dramas. So I don't really have a good feeling about it. So I'm gonna put it in a C. But I don't immediately hate it either. I just think that this trope needs to take a rest for a while. Bad boy, good girl. I'm a sucker for this. So I'm sorry. I am going to put this in an A. If you ask me, 17-year-old me, I would have put bad boy good girl in S because it is kind of a guilty pleasure trope for me. Can't help myself, so don't judge me, please. Next, we have banter. S. I love it when characters shows that, especially when two characters shows that they have wit and chemistry with one another. I think one of my recent reads was Morgan Rhodes' Echoes and Empires. The two characters really have a lot of banter, and their banter just shows that they're in the same wavelength. That just really established really good chemistry with them. BDSM. No, not a fan, so D. Best friend's brother. No, I don't think so. So I'm gonna put it in D. I just think it's weird. Definitely not. Someone makes a bet. Are we talking about the Harry Styles fanfiction? D. I think because this trope has been overdone in Wattpad that I just cannot take it seriously anymore. Billionaire. Can't help it. S. Escapism. Drunken hookup. I'd say A because some of the recent Thai dramas I've watched also involve drunken hookups, And from that on, the way the relationship is built, it actually can be really cool. Again, it depends on the writer, but I've seen it done well, so I'm putting it in A. Enemies to lovers, S, obviously. My favorite trope of all time. Enemies to lovers, if you mix them with angst and banter. Fairy tale, no, definitely not. I don't think so. Fake relationship, I'm torn between A or B. Should I put it in A or B? You know what? I think I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna put this one in A, but I'm gonna put drunken hookup in B. Like some of the drunken hookups dramas that I watch, whether in Chinese dramas or in Thai dramas or in Japanese dramas, they have the same feel to it. Like it's no longer feel like a trope. It feels like the same plot lines. So yeah, I have to put it in B, but I cannot put it in C. Forbidden love, S. Obviously, a combination of at least 3 of the tropes in the S tier would have made it perfect. Foreign romance. Oh, I love it. I love it. S tier, definitely. Foreign romance has been somewhat of a fantasy of mine. I think it's the reason why I love traveling, because probably I expected to find someone there. I want to find someone there. I mean, I'm not actively seeking because I like things to be natural. Is it really, really that hard for me to wish for a chance meeting at a coffee shop somewhere? Of course it's hard. I mean, I'm not a K-drama heroine, duh. Friends to lovers. I'd say it's an A. Since they have history together, I think it will be really sweet to see how the relationship evolves to romance. But you know what? I think I'm gonna put it in B. Because I'm more of a person that likes to see a major change in a relationship. Hate sex? Ugh. Wait a minute. Come to think of it. Because I don't know. Hate sex feels like a hate to love romance, but at the same time, it also feels like it mixed with friends with benefits, or actually it's enemies with benefits. So, huddling for warmth, like in a rainstorm kind of situation, I'm actually a fan of that. It's romantic shit. I've seen them a lot in one of those Victorian romance. Human ex-vampire, A. Put it in A. I mean, there's a reason I love Twilight. The idea of forever and the idea of immortality and that you have these cool superpowers. Vampires are sexy. Hurt comfort. Oh my god, I love this. It's S tier. You combine it with enemies to lovers. At some point when they're in the midst of transforming from enemies to somewhat friends, and then they realize that one of the party gets hurt, and so the other party is like, caring for them and showing their caring side. I'm just a sucker for that. Insta love, no. I don't completely hate it, but I just think insta love is just a lazy way to make people fall in love. That's it. Loss of virginity, I'd say ew, but I don't hate it because I've seen it handled right. Love triangle, I don't like it anymore, but I also don't hate it. Not D. Mistaken identity. I just feel like in a world nowadays, mistaken identity is a very stupid trope. I don't know, I just don't see mistaken identity as a trope in a modern world where we have AI or we have like other people's information at our fingertips. Mutual pining. I put it in a B. I don't see how it's gonna be super duper extreme or dynamic, but I still think that if it combines with some things from S tier, it would have been great. One of them is famous. Boring. Out for you, which means that a person that's willing to do anything for them. I put it in a B. Wait a minute, no. I put it in an A. Partners in crime. Partners in crimes. You put it together with enemies to lovers. It's top tier. Playboy. Overused. But I don't, overused? I don't completely hate it, so Playboy. Pregnancy. Can't lie though. It's actually a guilty pleasure trope of mine. There's something about displaying care and maternal or paternal instincts that makes a show really sweet. For instance, like, I don't know if you guys watch it. this telenovela called Amarte Así, where this male character doesn't even know that he has been interacting with his biological son all this time. They have a great relationship with this boy. And the girl whom he got pregnant years ago, desperately trying to like push him away, but no, he had such an awesome relationship with his own son that even she herself felt like, God damn it, now I'm torn. Porn without plot. Ew. D. Obviously, I want plot. Duh. Renewed first love. B. Sorry, A. I like it. Renewed first love. There's something about this plot that you see a character when they meet again with their first love as a different person, say as an adult or something, where they have changed their views about the world and maybe even views about love, and then we watch them rediscover that, or maybe learn to love again, but in a different way. Maybe that when in the past, when they love each other, it's more of the childlike innocence that they have within them. But once they come back together as an adult, they look in the world, they look at each other in a more mature way. Creates a stronger dynamic between them. Second chance love. Ooh. It depends on why they screwed the first chance in the first place. Like if it's involved in an abusive relationship, I'd say there's supposed to be no second chance. But I'm not really a fan of this one, so I'm just gonna say I'm gonna put it in B. Secret relationship. I actually find secret relationship quite sexy. Secret relationship, B. Unhappy ending. Unhappy ending is S tier. The world has so much love story, has so much romance novels, romance dramas that ends with happy ending, that when you see an unhappy ending, sad ending, the story instantly becomes memorable to you. Like, who in this world can forget Scarlet Heart for its ending? No one can. Who in this world can forget Romeo and Juliet because of its tragedy? Sharing a bed. No, I don't like it because it's too cliche. Sleepover. Also, not a fan. Too cliche. Slow burn. I am a fan of slow burn romance because I think there is something very natural and, say, almost very mature about it. Soulmates. Also my favorite. I think there's a reason why I'm a huge Raylo fan, because in a way they are soulmates, but also soulmates on an opposite ends of the spectrum. Unrequited love. I put it in A. I have seen this done in Fyodor Dostoevsky's White Knight, which is absolutely heartbreaking. Worthy opponent. Hell yeah, it's enemies to lovers. Combined with enemies to lovers, it's great. So let me just review this. Do I need to change something? Actually, I put best friend's brother in C, and then hate sex in D. Yep, I think these are my trope. I've done it. So yeah, these are my tropes, guys. My tier list of tropes. Anyway, I will be putting this on my Twitter account. I want to know what you think of my tier list, and also feel free to make a tier list on your own and send it to me on Twitter. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!